What's happening, everybody? No, I'm not dead. Um, it's been a while though, so hopefully we can get through something. Uh, Maybe a couple of these. I don't know. Um, I'm used to posting, used to post videos every day. Obviously, that was almost 2, 3 years ago. A lot of stuff has happened, so um, I get without waiting. We'll jump right into it. So shortly after my last video, things started to get busy. A lot of stuff going on, a lot of things moving. Didn't really change jobs or anything like that. Changed roles at the job. Um, the whole salads for killing people thing was a thing with the E. coli and everything like that. So I tried to vary the diet up, and then eventually it got to a point where I was just like, oh, treat yourself. It's like, you gotta treat yourself. And that got out of hand. And then that got out of hand, and obviously the self, you know, you shouldn't be doing that, kicked in real hard. And then I just became this person who went to work and then went home, like many people do and many people struggle with. And I was just work, home, work, home, work, home. Luckily, the summer before last, it was work, home throughout the week. And then on the weekends, I had got a camper, little campground spot, and was doing that. And granted, it was just going out there and hanging out, but it was still a lot of fun. And I would do that with the family, and we'd have a lot of fun doing that. And I focused on that. Obviously all good intentions. Every time you're trying to, every conversation I've ever had about losing weight and needing to lose weight and dieting has always been because we were making something absolutely atrocious for us that we shouldn't be eating. Like it was almost like a we'll diet next time. It's like we're making this now, but next time. And that just kept building up. So I was looking at some of the other videos because I had completely forgotten where I was at. And I was down in the fives, uh, 550s. I thought things were going great then. Um, and I completely let that slip. I fell off the wagon, and then I got hit by a few other wagons, essentially. Struggled so much with it that I actually, it sounds kind of hard to believe and everything like that, but I ballooned up. So as this is all going on, obviously then the COVID hit. When that happened, obviously everybody's, jobs were whatever at risk or something like that. Everyone's got to mask up. This was before they started all the mandates and stuff like that. Then the company I was working for was like, oh, we're doing so good, and we're hiring on this other person and everything like that. We're doing, I changed shifts from the working overnights to kind of like a split day shift deal. I was there for kind of like an afternoon buffer almost. There to help the day guys out towards the end of the day, but there to help out the night guy with the beginning part of the night. And I thought that was working out great. And so did, all the other people. They were like, this is working out awesome. Then apparently the manager was told that they need to cut somebody, and he deemed that that shift was needed. So instead of firing the lowest guy on the totem pole, it was, let's get rid of you. And I was like, that's great. I didn't fret though, because there was, there's a place next door, literally next door. I went to work for them. Shortly after that, about a few weeks after that, I went to go work for them. But I was kind of bummed out. It's like I put in a lot of time at that company, and just to get tossed aside because whatever reason, that was a bummer. But I got the new job, and I was working there for a while. I think that's where I started to really pack it on. It was tough just going back and forth. And I mean, I literally lived right across the street from the place. Like, I could have tossed a rock, not even tossed a rock, rolled it, and it would have hit the place. That's how close I was. And I was just being super lazy. And I think subconsciously I was doing that. Just to say, make my life easier or something like that. I would still visit Quick Trip, and I'd get my coffee and stuff like that, and then I'd go back. But instead of walking to Quick Trip or waking up early enough to walk to Quick Trip, it would always be hop in the truck real quick, zip on over to Quick Trip, and then, instead of parking the truck at my house and walking to work, just park at work. Which obviously the better portion of it would be wake up earlier, go to Quick Trip, then go to work. But that didn't happen. So I ballooned up. Got heavier, and then I worked there for a little while up until March 2021. And then in March, it was warm one day, so everything was kind of wet. I live in the Midwest, if people don't know, so everything was kind of wet. And then it got real cold that night, so temperature dropped down, into the teens again. So it froze everything, and they had a little system come through, so there was a nice little dusting of just the driest snow on top of ice. And I knew this, so I go to Quick Trip that morning. I get my I think I got drinks that day. I didn't get coffee. So I got some drinks, not good drinks, energy drinks, bad for you, I know. Don't do any of that now. And then proceeded to park the truck, got out of the truck. I was walking into work, and as I was doing my penguin walk, because I had stuff in my hands and I knew it was slippery, there just must have been the right grade where I took a step, and my right knee, my right foot decided it wanted to go that direction, to the right, straight to the right, and I went down and touched the asphalt with the inside of my knee. That sucked. It didn't really hurt at first until I, picked up my leg and it was lopped off to the side. Turns out MCLs don't like that. And mine was pretty much toast. And doctor said it wasn't like toast, but it had been overworked, is how he put it. Severely overworked. He was surprised that I even hobbled into the hobbled into the uh, appointment, and that the appointment was a few weeks after that. However, that moment I thought that my leg was broken, because when you have, and I didn't know how much I weighed at the time, when you have that much weight come crashing down on a joint or something like that, I figured if I'd have just hit my butt, I'd have been fine. Could have busted a hip or something like that, I guess, but there's enough cushion for that pushing. That I think I would have been fine. I usually know how to fall. In those instances, it sounds bad. They ended up calling an ambulance to come and get me. One of my coworkers was able to, because it was icy, and my truck was a little bit further away. She was able to bring her truck over. I didn't want anyone else to try and pick me up while I was on this slippery ice stuff, so I ended up using her vehicle to stand myself up. At that moment, I realized that I couldn't stand on both of my legs at the same time. My right leg kept buckling inwards, and I was mortified. That was my come to Jesus moment. That was this, okay, something has to happen. Because I said, and I know and I said this at the very beginning, I don't want to be fat for 30. Well, here I am, 31, about to go on 32 here this coming June for 2022. And I wasn't serious. I thought I was serious about it. Thought wholeheartedly I was serious about it, and I was making really good progress, and I was really proud of that. And I know that I had reached out and I had touched a whole bunch of people, and it meant a lot to me. And then I just started. I shuttled it away, and I guess I felt ashamed about it, and that's why I didn't come back. Those of you who are still here and watching this long, drawn-out video of me babbling away, I appreciate it. 1,400 of you stuck around. I think I only ever got up to 1,900. So I'm not in it for that. I had to do some soul searching and rethinking, and I'm in it for the weight loss. So, the summer for 2021, I had to make a decision. Shortly after my slip and fall, obviously that was covered under workman's comp because I was walking into work, and they were like, oh, he was walking into work. He was on time. It's just, slipped and fell and messed up his knee real bad. So that got covered and taken care of, and basically it was, give me a knee brace, and, here's some things to do for your knee. It's not much they can do for people my size, so I'm glad it wasn't, here's a wheelchair, good luck for the rest of your life. But I did get, a knee brace and stuff. The knee brace helped and didn't help at the same time, just because of my size, and my leg literally goes like this at the knee. So I got two little popsicle sticks that hold me up, and then at the knees it goes whoop. So not much stays up unless I'm wearing some girdle elaborate harness system, and that would just be annoying. Shortly after that, it was a lot harder to get up and move around. And I do stand with their decision to let me go. They didn't say I was a liability, but the looks on their faces were like, yeah, we can't have you working here anymore because I was late to work, and too many times, and I get it, and I completely understand. and I left without a fuss. Uh, I was bummed out, so I think that kind of contributed to it. So I had a lot of time on my hands that I really spent just sleeping and eating and sleeping and sleeping and eating, and that wasn't a good look. Um, and I was still coping with my come to Jesus moment. I was like, I have to do something about this. What am I going to do? Finally, I talked to my mother. And she said, why don't you come down here? And we'll get things, back on track, back to normal. We'll work on the diet. We'll work on, exercise and everything like that. We'll work on, you know, all of that stuff, and we'll get you pumped up. We'll get you motivated, and we'll get you going. I struggled with it a little bit because I was like, man, I really don't want to leave. I love the Midwest, and she lives in Vegas, and I was like, as much as Vegas sounds fun and everything like that, it's not too fun for a fat person unless you're going just for the buffets. And I wasn't going for just the buffets. While Vegas is still fun and there's a whole bunch of other stuff to do other than gamble and everything like that, which isn't really my jam, I made the right decision. Granted, I'm still unemployed. I'm not living off of unemployment. I did for a little bit. That ran out, which is, I understand. I was able to get out here. I'm in Vegas now. I was able to get out here, and she had bought a scale. She's done a lot of stuff to support me, to make life easier, things more accessible. It was hard to get into my shower at my place and everything like that. So, there were a few times where we scheduled time to go to a hotel and, do the wheelchair accessible. And that's tough to, tough to stomach in and of itself. It's like the only reason you're getting a hotel is so you could take a shower. I was like, oh, man. And that was the case. So we ended up doing all that. She got me all situated. She's my mom. So, and she said, we gotta get you going. We gotta get you back on track. We gotta get you running on all cylinders, so to speak. So yeah, she ended up buying a scale, and I was like, I don't know if it's gonna register. Kind of looks like a meat scale, almost. Like when you'd see it at like a digital scale, you'd see it at deli, but this one, you attach the head to the wall at somewhere, and then you step on the scale, and it goes up to a lot more than I've been seeing at some of these doctors' offices here in Las Vegas. Hint, hint, any doctors in Las Vegas. If you need a scale, I guess we'll have to start dropping them off at your place. And that was at the end of July. Mid to end July. I don't say mid to end. It was like July 17th or 20th or something like that. I weighed 747 pounds. That's 747 pounds. I make the joke that I weighed as much as a 747. Good news is I'm down 77 pounds. And that was as of the beginning of November. So end of October, we took a weigh-in. We're weighing in every Saturday. So I'll try and get videos every Saturday, if not Sunday. I don't want to, promise anything right now. But more than likely, at least a weekly video or something like that to let y'all know that I'm still here. The diet has dramatically changed. I don't do salads or anything like that. She has had the weight loss surgery, and that's my ultimate goal, is the weight loss surgery. I'm going for the sleeve. And then they have a new procedure that's similar to the bypass that they perform after. Apparently a doctor in Utah does them both at the same time, but my doctor's like, just do one at a time. We'll do the sleeve first, and then we'll do this other procedure, which I don't know if they have a name for it yet or not. But yeah, that's, like I said, it's like the bypass, but they leave some stuff connected and still there, but they move the entry points down. It's goofy, but that's the plan, and that's in 6 months. So before going to the doctor's office, the surgical doctor's office, I met with the surgeon and everything like that. He said, "I want you down 475." Holy bananas! Now, before the office visit, I got, we got down to 677, and then my mom moved. And then during the move, we made less than reputable choices, and it's a great learning experience because I finally understand how much power food has on the body, especially if, it's tough for you to do stuff. And that was incredible to see because it went from 677 and it went up to 689. Luckily, as of last week, it was down to 683. We'll see what it is. Tomorrow's Saturday, so tomorrow's weigh-in day, and so I'm pretty much on a calorie deficit, pretty good calorie deficit diet style. My mom is a great chef. Like I said, she had the surgery. She worked closely with her nutritionist, talked all about me and everything like that. And after we got all the, the blood tests and stuff like that done, we're adapting a lot of things to make sure that everything is going to be safe and sound. I have a cardiologist appointment for the surgery to make sure that I would survive, which is really goofy because I was like, I don't know why we're doing this now. But he might be establishing a baseline and then going from there. That's where we're at right now. If I've forgotten anything, oh yeah, that's right. I forgot you guys. I wanted to say thank you for everybody who stuck around, everybody who commented, everybody who just went back to re-comment, everybody who's subscribed to me, not subscribed to me, everyone who's, said kind things, even mean things, just the commenting. Believe it or not, in some sick, weird, twisted it's kind of like a form of love. Not that I've seen anybody write terrible things or, butthole-ish things. You guys have also been extremely loving and caring and supportive. And I really, really appreciate that. And I hope that, I do feel like I've disappointed you guys and, and myself really, going forward. I hope that doesn't happen. And I hope you guys enjoy watching the journey. Maybe the face changes a little bit more. I know I don't have the goatee as much, but I tell you, it got pretty long, and it just got really, really tiring. I got tired of waking up and eating hair, so I got that trimmed. And I do need a haircut here coming up, but other than that, everything else is going well. Health is going pretty good, other than having fat. So we'll weigh in tomorrow. I'll make sure that either I video that or something like that, and then we'll go from there. But you guys will hear from me. You'll see from me, whether progression videos or whatever the case. I feel new. I feel like we're gonna be figuring this out. So we're not gonna give up, and we're going to baby steps the crap out of this. Again. But for real this time. So again, thank you guys for watching. If you're new and you want to keep watching, I love you guys. And I will see you soon.